What's up, everybody? It's Concrete Zebra with Craftmaster Productions and Studio1Tutorials.com, and today we're going to go over a mistake I don't want you guys to make when you're using parallel compression. What's up, everybody? It's Concrete Zebra with Craftmaster Productions and Studio1Tutorials.com. Today we're going to be going over a mistake that I want everybody to avoid that's easy to get trapped into when you're parallel compressing, especially with 808s. This is especially applies to that. And, you know, real quick, I just want to mention to you guys that haven't been by the site and took a look at Lit. It is 5 mastering presets using Studio One stock plugins. I designed them specifically to compete with my flagship mastering chain, which is a Slate plugin, a Wave, and a bunch of Waves plugins, and to compete with a product like Ozone. I had to mess with it a lot before I would go ahead and put my name on it. Just know, if you go and if you have Studio One and you invest $10 into these presets, you are going to have a mastering, well, actually 5 different mastering chain setups that's comparable to you know, just the loudness and the overall effect that you can get with some of the stuff inside Ozone and with Waves plugins. It doesn't Studio One doesn't have a good option for like stereo separation or an exciter yet, but if they add that in the future, I'll be up on that too. So yeah, once again, go check out Lit. So what I want to talk to you guys about real quick is I have this 808 track, right? And it's parallel compressed, and what I did was, the reason why I chose this to use parallel compression in this case, because you do not, absolutely 100% do not have to parallel compress your 808s for them to sound good. You got to know the reason why you're doing things. This 808 right here, when you listen to it by itself, it sounds pretty cool. I have a slide in there that when you listen to it without the parallel compression and in the context of the track, it's really not that evident. So what I did was I added, and I'm not going to show you guys how to parallel compress in this video. This is another video. I just, for you guys that already know how to do this, I went ahead and used the Devil Lock Audio Destroyer because it's a really aggressive compressor with the distortion unit, and that's what I wanted to get out of this. What I was trying to do was I was trying to just add an extreme amount of harmonics to that 808 so that we could hear the slides and the pitch shifts just a little bit more, because this track is in C, and typically, you know, sub basses in C, they're a little bit harder to hear. It's more sound that's felt. So when you mix the two of them together, you get this sound. And then I had, you know, just to show you how far I went with it, I boosted the highs on it, sent both of them to a bust and boosted the highs on it. So I'm really just crushing this 808, compressing the shit out of it and raising the highs on it so that in the context of the mix, you can hear the slide like a lot better. So yeah, that helped out. That was bugging me. Now, when I get to the end of the song, this is how my song ends right now, and this is the mistake I want you guys to pay attention to. You see, that's a nice ending. That's a nice fade. My reverb tail goes out. The 808 kind of fades out in time with it. Before, when I had an identical fade out with the bottom one, because this is what your instinct would tell you to do. Let me just fade it out like this. What I wound up getting was, and that's a gross way to end a song. I mean, this is all a matter of taste, but you have that versus versus this right here, and this is, you know, this isn't a this is a minor detail. See, it sounds more like an ending. And this isn't some crazy, you know, some crazy trick that's going to change your life, and just, you know, revolutionize the way you make beats. But this is a mixing principle that can really help with just the overall feel of your track, because when you go through a track that's like 808 bass heavy, and especially the way that I've arranged this, where I'm kind of alternating between a sub bass and no bass and then an 808, you want the ending of the track, especially if somebody's listened to the end, you want it to give you a certain type of feeling. And then with that, you want the ending to go dark. You know what I mean? Like your reverb's fading out, everything's fading out. You kind of want to, you know, literally fade to black in an audio sense. And when you have, you know, when you have this ringing out, like that just sounds so dumb. So what I want you guys to take away from this is be conscious when you're using parallel compression, especially on a sub sound, to take in and just enunciate those upper harmonics so much that make sure when you're going through your different sections where you're dropping that 808 out, that you're not just letting your wave run out, that you're not doing stuff like this. And this is crazy because I hear this in a lot of professional mixtapes and stuff like that, and I swear to God, it's the producer just not knowing enough to go ahead and cut their 808 tails out in these sections. Like it's so much more dynamic when you just take the bass out instead of letting it fade. I think they leave it in there, and the engineers who are mixing this stuff, they either don't care enough, or they feel like it's not their place to alter any of the waves in the session. Like if I got that session, I would cut that shit out. But yeah, this is definitely a better feel. So again, just to reiterate, make sure when you're dropping your bass out, cut those parallel stems out, or if you're doing it through a send, create a mute automation or something like that. And at the end of your track, just get rid of for the fade out, get rid of that section altogether, and just use your original bass, because the whole function of this technique is to make the 808 more audible, push the upper harmonics, and when you're going into a fade out, you're essentially taking that stuff away, so you don't need it. So this is Concrete Zebra with Craftmaster Productions, Studio1Tutorials.com. Keep it simple, don't be basic, and we'll see you on the next one. Was I going to show a machine? What the fuck was I going to show a machine?